Fire, in order to burn, needs oxygen. The more oxygen, the faster the fire burns. When it comes to weight loss, the principle is the same. In order to lose weight, you must burn fat cells. The more fat cells you burn, the more weight you lose. Now you can burn fat cells by breathing with Breathasize, LA Weight Loss's new revolutionary no-impact breathing program that will help you lose weight and inches and increase your energy. And it only takes less than 20 minutes a day in the privacy of your home, car, or office without special equipment, workout clothes, and sweating. So sit back and see how LA Weight Loss's Breathasize can burn fat away.
Hi, I'm Lisa Clark. You know, doctors, personal trainers, and other fitness gurus all preach the effects of a regular aerobic workout. And I believe they're right. Getting your body in an aerobic state, and all that means is simply increasing oxygen to your body, is good for you. Because oxygen helps burn fat-storing cells, allowing you to firm up and lose weight in inches faster. Now, I know when you hear aerobics, you probably associate it with dancing and jumping and kicking and climbing and running and sweating. Well, I want to introduce you to a revolutionary new way to achieve the same effects as all that jumping and kicking and sweating. Not in an hour, but in just a few minutes. It's called Breathasize. Breathasize increases the oxygen you take in, causing you to burn more fat cells. And remember, the more fat cells you burn, the more weight you can lose. I know what you're up against. Today, we're all just too busy. We have the kids and maybe a job. Everything just seems to be moving faster, and that leaves us with little time to exercise. Well, Breathasize can take care of that. And one of the best things about it is you can do it anywhere. You know, I don't have time to go to the gym and get one of those bicycles and pedal for an hour. So if you're like me, you want something that's simple and easy to do. Something that you can do standing in line at the supermarket or maybe waiting for your kids at a soccer game. Of course, that's what you want, but is there such a thing? Yes, Breathasize. That's right. Correct breathing can take care of those love handles or get you into that bathing suit. Sound simple? It is. Now, I want you to take a deep breath with me and slowly exhale. Are you ready? Take a deep breath. Hold it. Then slowly exhale. Good. Now, take a deeper breath and make sure you're using your diaphragm. When you use your diaphragm, your breath comes from your abdomen. And to see how easy that is, just place your hand on your abdomen like this, and then take that deep breath and push your hand out with your abdomen. See what's happening? Now hold it, then exhale slowly, slowly. Good. That was simple, huh? Let me ask you, are you sweaty? Are you tired? Does your back hurt or do your knees hurt? Of course not. But what you just did was to increase the oxygen into your body. And you did it without doing strenuous exercise. In fact, you did it without doing any exercise. With Breathasize, you don't need expensive equipment or a special outfit. You don't need those sneakers that glow in the dark or the ones that pump up with air. And best of all, you don't have to join a fitness club and spend hours a day punishing your body. You can get the same results by simply learning to breathe properly. That's it. Okay, let's get started. What I'm going to do now is show you the basic Breathasize breathing techniques. And it's important that you practice these breathing techniques every day. While you will experience higher levels of energy and stress relief naturally while you're on the LA Weight Loss program alone, adding these simple breathing techniques will enhance your results on the program. Remember, with Breathasize, you'll burn calories faster and lose weight and inches. You'll reshape your thighs, your buttocks, your legs, your arms, and your waist. You'll increase your energy level. You'll strengthen your back and your spine, and you'll see results fast. And most of all, you'll have fun while you burn fat. Now, this first technique is called the San Andreas sigh. This technique is used in the martial arts to push air into the energy center of your lower abdomen. So look out, Jackie Chan. Okay, I'll show you first, and then we'll do it together. Sit up or stand up straight. Inhale slowly from the diaphragm. Remember, that's right here. Pause for a split second, and then exhale exhale through your mouth, making a sound as you relieve your body of toxins and waste. Now, you may not feel the earth move beneath your feet, but you should feel a rush of energy flowing from your body. And because of the deep inhale and exhale, this breath loosens your stomach muscles, which allows your body to digest food more easily. Okay, let's do it together. Stand up straight or sit straight where you are. Breathe into the abdomen. See it move out. Hold that breath at the top for a split second and exhale. Your hand should move back in as you exhale because your abdomen is contracting as you're pushing the air out. Very good. You know, I know for most of us, we've been conditioned to go through life with our stomachs held in. So adopting a breathing technique like this, in which we allow our stomach muscles to relax and even purposely push them out, that can be a big adjustment. But just keep at it, and remember, you could always place a hand on your abdomen like we did earlier until you become comfortable with this breathing. You should do 10 San Andreas sighs 3 times a day, preferably before a meal, but anytime you can fit them in is fine. Remember, with a San Andreas sigh, your body is getting a rush of oxygen that it may not be used to. So you could feel a little lightheaded the first few times you do this breath. But don't worry, that should go away quickly. Now, if you want to go further in your breathing than the San Andreas sigh, I recommend the Santa Ana stroll. This is great if you love to get outside and get some fresh air. But first, get yourself some comfortable shoes because this is done while you're walking. Now, while you're taking your stroll around the block, around the yard, or wherever you're walking, I want you to inhale for a count of 4 through your nose, and then exhale again through your nose. So your mouth should remain closed throughout the entire breath. And remember, you're using the same diaphragmatic breathing that you just did, so make sure your stomach is rising, not your chest. When you first start using this breath while you walk, you may have the urge to open your mouth and gasp for air, but try not to. I want you to use your nose because it's your body's natural filter, filtering out dirt and other particles in the air so that they don't reach your lungs. All you have to do is simply slow down your pace and the urge to gasp for air will pass. And then eventually your lung capacity will increase and you'll be able to walk faster as you do your breaths. Now your walk should last at least 5 minutes, so take your time both breathing and walking. And once you get into it, you're going to want to walk longer, and that's fine. But remember, all you need is 5 minutes to feel the effects of a Santa Ana stroll in your lungs. Besides walking, if you want to burn fat cells even faster, I'll show you 6 stretching exercises a little later that you can do with our next breathing technique called the Pasadena Puff. So let's move on to the Pasadena Puff. You are going to love this one because it's ideal for increasing energy and relieving stress, both of which are so necessary for optimum weight loss. So again, I'll show you first, then we'll do it together. So stand up straight with your feet sort of apart, your hands relaxed and down at your side. Then exhale slowly, relieving your body of carbon dioxide and other toxins and stale air. Now, take a long, slow inhale through your nose from deep in your diaphragm. Remember, try pushing your stomach out while inhaling, because in order to do the diaphragmatic breathing properly, your breath should come from your abdomen and not your chest. So it's your stomach that should move and not your chest. Now, hold your breath and the oxygen in your body for a split second, then exhale slowly for a count of 8 through your mouth, relieving your body of all air. This is necessary for the toning exercises that I'll show you later in this program. Once you've exhaled, stop. Do not take in more air. Instead, hold your breath and suck in your stomach, pulling it in and up as if you're going to put it under your rib cage. I'll call this move the abdominal lift. Now this creates a vacuum, and you want to hold it for approximately a count of 8. Then take a deep gasping inhale through your mouth and release your stomach. Okay? Terrific. Let's do it together. So stand up, your feet about shoulder width apart, arms comfortably at your side. You're going to exhale through your mouth, getting rid of all the stale air. And now inhale, Use your diaphragmatic breathing, push your abdomen out. Nice full breath. Hold it for a split second. Exhale. You're working with a count of 8, trying to get all the air out of your body. At the end of the exhale, stop. You're holding your breath. Hold your stomach in and out. Put it under your rib cage. This is the abdominal lift, and hold it. Hold it. Hold it. And release with a gasping inhale. Let your stomach go. It's very good. Very good. You should do this Pasadena puff breathing each morning on an empty stomach. And because this breathing technique is new for you, you may not be able to work with that count of 8 like we were just doing. That's fine. Do whatever you can to start and work up to an 8-count breath. Well, that's it for basic breathing techniques. Now in the next section, we'll combine the Pasadena puff we just did with flexing and some mild exercises. By applying the simple breathing techniques with mild exercise, you'll help your body achieve an aerobic state, which we said means simply increased oxygen to the body. I'll show you the techniques that get oxygenated blood to designated muscle groups. Because by putting more stress on a particular area, you actually increase the blood flow to that area. So you can achieve an aerobic state in less time than it takes for conventional aerobics and with a lot less effort. It takes only 20 minutes a day to do these exercises, and they'll help you increase energy and burn excess fat. Now the first one is the leg lift. This will lift and firm your buttocks and give shape to the back of your legs. So, get down on your knees and elbows. Stretch out one leg with your foot flexed and raise slightly off the mat. Now, do the Pasadena puff breathing. Remember, that begins with an exhale, an inhale. Use those abdominal muscles, push them out. Hold the breath for a split second and exhale. Now do the abdominal lift. Roll those stomach muscles up and under, and as you do, lift your outstretched leg up, and you hold it there while you hold your breath. And release it with a gasping inhale. Okay, let's do it one more time. You're down on your elbows and hands are straight out, pointed forward. Your legs extended in the back, raised slightly off the mat. Begin the Pasadena puff breath. Exhale. Now inhale. Through the nose, push the stomach out. You're doing your diaphragmatic breathing. Hold for a second and exhale. Through the mouth, try to work with a count of 8 if you can. Now hold your breath, do the abdominal lift, and as you do, lift your leg up. Your foot is flexed, toe pointed toward the floor. You're holding your breath, hold it, and release with a gasping inhale. Let your foot drop to the floor. Got it? Good. The inner thigh stretch is good for tightening and elongating your inner thighs. It helps to tone these muscles, which are a problem for most people. So let's get on our hands and knees, touch our toes together, heels out. Think of your feet as being in a V shape, and slide down on your knees. Now again, do the Pasadena puff breathing. Here we go. Exhale, inhale, hold for a second and exhale again. Get all the air out that you can. Now, while you're doing the abdominal lift, slide your knees out even further and hold the pose while you hold your breath. And then release it with your gasping inhale. Okay, let's do it one more time. So, down on your hands and knees, toes together, heels out, your feet are in a V. Exhale. Inhale. Keep pushing that abdomen out. You have lots of chances to practice. Hold for a second and exhale. Through the mouth, get all that air out that you can. Now hold your breath, do the abdominal lift, and as you do, press the knees further down on the mat. Now hold it, and release with the gasping inhale. Terrific. arm squeeze is one that will help you firm up and define your arms. So stand up, feet about shoulder width apart, round your shoulders, put your palms together in front of you with your arms forming a diamond. Now, you're going to do the Pasadena Puff breathing. Remember, that's an exhale, and inhale through the nose, pushing the abdomen out. You hold that for a second, and then exhale through the mouth, getting rid of all the air. And this time, when you hold your breath and do the abdominal lift, you're going to press your palms together and continue to press them together while you hold your breath, and then release the pose with your gasping inhale. Okay? You can alternate your hand position too to work your arms evenly. So let's do it one more time. Standing up, feet shoulder width apart, your shoulders are rounded, palms together, arms forming a diamond, Pasadena Puff breathing. Inhale through the nose, work the abdomen, hold for a second and exhale through the mouth, try with an 8 count. Hold your breath, do the abdominal lift, and as you do, press the palms together, hold, and release with a gasping inhale. That was good. The stomach tuck is designed to work on your lower abdomen. It lifts your stomach and it pulls it back flat. And isn't that what we all want? Flat stomachs. So let's get started. Lay on your back with your hands under your buttocks. Put your legs together. Now let's do the Pasadena Puff breathing. Remember, that's an exhale. And inhale through the nose, pushing the abdomen out. Hold the breath and exhale through the mouth. Now hold the breath, and as you do your abdominal lift, lift your feet off the floor, toes pointed, and crisscross them in a scissors motion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And release them with your gasping inhale. Now, let's try that again together. You're lying on your back, hands under your buttocks to support your lower back. Legs are out straight, toes pointed, Pasadena Puff breathing. Exhale. Inhale through the nose. Hold for a second and exhale. Do the abdominal lift. Lift your legs and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release it with the gasping inhale. Remember, if you can't do an 8 count yet, it's okay. Work at your own pace. That's all there is to it. The waist trimmer is terrific because it works with your upper abdomen and slims and tightens your waistline. Okay, so once again, lie on your back, flat on the floor, bring your upper legs together, knees bent, and your feet should be flat on the floor and slightly apart. Now this time, put your hands behind your neck. Begin the Pasadena Puff breathing. Exhale. Inhale. Try to work with a count of 8 if you can. Hold for a second and exhale, pushing all the air through the mouth. And this time, as you do your abdominal lift, lift your head and neck off the mat. Eyes straight at the ceiling, lift directly up, hold, and release with a gasping inhale. Okay, ready to try it? You're on your back, knees are bent, feet are slightly apart, your hands behind your head. Begin Pasadena Puff breathing. Exhale. Inhale. Work that diaphragm. Hold for a second and exhale. Do your abdominal lift, lift. Hold the abdomen tight. And release with the gasping inhale. That was very good. Next is the handlebar eliminator. This will tighten your side muscles and, like it says, eliminate those handlebars. So stand in a basic breathing position and do the Pasadena puff breathing. Here we go. It's an exhale, and inhale through the nose. Keep working that abdomen. Hold the breath for a split second and exhale. And this time when you do your abdominal lift, move your right leg out, lift your right arm over your head, put your left hand on your knee and bend to the left. Now hold this stretch until your gasping inhale and then release. You can reverse this position too to work the other side. Now let's do it together. Comfortable position, begin our Pasadena puff breathing. Exhale. Inhale through the nose. Keep working with that diaphragmatic breathing. Hold for a second and exhale. Get rid of all the air. Now pull the stomach up and in. Right leg comes out, your knee stays bent. Right arm goes overhead. Your left hand comes down to the knee. And stretch and hold. Hold. Now doesn't that feel good? You know, Breathasize is so versatile. It can be adapted to anyone's situation, regardless of your medical or physical condition. Now this completes the stretching exercises. In creating your own program, strive to do 40 breaths a day, preferably in the morning on an empty stomach. Your total exercise time should be from 18 to 20 minutes a day, 6 times a week. The breakdown that I suggest is do 10 Pasadena puff warm-up breaths, and you can do that standing or seated, and then do 10 reps each of 3 of the exercises we just covered. And remember, for the leg lift, the arm press, and the handlebar eliminator, do 5 reps on each side for a total of 10. And then the next day, do 10 reps each of the other 3 positions we covered today. So again, your total exercise time should be about 18 to 20 minutes a day. That's all there is to it. Besides your regular workout session though, see if you can take advantage of those few extra minutes you have each day to do some extra Breathasize reps. I mean, think about it. We all find ourselves with time on our hands that we could put to good use by doing some productive breathing. There are lots of opportunities, like while you're sitting in your car, waiting at the bank, waiting for your kids after games, or waiting at a red light, even while you're commuting. You know what else? How about when you're in your kitchen, especially when you get the urge to snack? See, Breathasize not only reduces stress, but it keeps you occupied. Do a few Breathasize reps waiting for the beeper on the microwave, or waiting for your kids to finish their cereal. You know, once you start thinking about it, you'll discover all sorts of little pockets of times you could use. I discovered one just the other day, waiting for our computer program to load. See, the object is to have fun with Breathasize. Make it a part of your everyday activities, and the rewards will be more than worth it. Now, you should take a break because you've earned it. Hi, I'm Lisa Clark, and as you can see, I'm here with some of my friends. Welcome to the Breathasize workout program. And since you already know the basic breathing techniques, we're just going to get started. So let's begin with 10 warm-up breaths, 10 Pasadena puffs. Now remember, for the Pasadena puff, you want your feet about shoulder width apart, comfortable distance. Your shoulders are relaxed, your arms are at your side, and we begin with an exhale. Inhale through the nose. Remember, you're pushing the abdomen out. This is the diaphragmatic breathing. Hold a second and now abdominal lift. Pick the stomach up, put it up under the rib cage. Hold it tight, tight. And release with a gasping inhale. Good, let's keep going. And exhale. Inhale through the nose. Remember, you can keep a hand here if you want to check yourself. Make sure you're doing the breathing properly. Hold a second and exhale. Now abdominal lift. Lift the stomach. Think of pulling it both up and back. You're holding, holding. Release. Very good. Let's exhale. Inhale. Hold for a second and strong exhale. Try to get rid of all the air so you can create the vacuum. And abdominal lift. Remember, you're holding your breath now. Holding your breath through the abdominal lift, keeping the muscles tight. Release. Very good. Exhale. Inhale. Through the nose, work the diaphragm. Hold and exhale. Abdominal lift. Think of rolling the stomach up under the rib cage. Give yourself that visual and hold it. Hold it. Release. Terrific. Keep going now. Keep going. I just want to point out to you a couple of things about Patricia's form that I think she's doing really well. She has her knees slightly bent, and that's what you want. You don't want to lock your legs up like this. You want to keep what we call a soft knee. She also has her shoulders relaxed, her arms comfortably at her side. Remember that breathing is both energizing and stress reducing, and her body's in a really good position for both. Now Doris is doing something that I recommended to you, which is keeping a hand on the abdomen. I know this diaphragmatic breathing is new, so you really want to check your form sometime. Put a hand right here. You can make sure that it's rising as you inhale and falling as you exhale, and your chest stays still. It shouldn't be moving at all. Good. And exhale. Inhale. Keep working with the abdomen. Hold a second and strong exhale. Try to get rid of all the air and create a vacuum. Abdominal lift. Pull it up and under. Keep it tight. Keep it tight. Gasping inhale. Good. We're starting breath number 8 and exhale. Inhale through the nose. Hold for a second and exhale. Abdominal lift. Roll that stomach up. Put it up under your rib cage and hold it. Hold it. And release. Terrific. Let's keep going. Exhale. Inhale. Work with the diaphragm. Keep working with this new technique. Hold it. And exhale. Nice and strong. Abdominal lift. I know you're getting tired, but hold it. Hold it. Keep it rolled up. Good. Exhale. Our last breath, make it strong. Inhale. Hold and release it all. Abdominal lift. Roll it up and hold it. Very good. You did it. 10 Pasadena puffs. Terrific job. Okay, let's move right on. We're going to do leg lifts. Now remember, that means getting down on the floor. You're on your knees and you're on your elbows. Hands are pointed forward. We're going to start with the right leg. So that's extended behind you. Toe pointed toward the floor and your leg is lifted slightly off the floor. Okay, we begin again, Pasadena puff breathing. Let's start with the exhale. And inhale through the nose. Nothing's changed. We're doing our basic Pasadena puff breathing. Exhale. Good. And remember, this time when we do the abdominal lift, you ready? Your leg goes in the air, your foot stays flexed, and you hold it. Hold it. And release. Terrific. Let's exhale. Inhale through the nose. Remember, your foot is slightly off the floor. Hold that inhale at the top for a second, and let's exhale. Abdominal lift. Raise your leg. Keep both tight. And release. Terrific. Let's keep going. Exhale. Nice strong inhale. Hold a second and let's exhale. Here it comes, the abdominal lift. Your leg goes up. Toe stays pointed toward the floor and you're holding. And release. Number 4, exhale. Inhale through the nose. Remember, you're still working with the diaphragmatic breathing, even in this position. Hold for a split second and exhale. Abdominal lift, leg goes up, your foot stays flexed. You're holding the leg up and the stomach up and in. Release with a gasping inhale. Last one on the right side. Exhale. Nice strong inhale. Through the nose, diaphragmatic breathing. Hold for a second and exhale. Abdominal lift, leg goes up, foot stays flexed and hold it and release. Good. Now switch to the left side, extend the left leg, keep working, begin with an exhale. I just want to show you a variation that Carol's doing. Hi, Carol. If you can't get down on your hands and knees, or if you have lower back problems, you can use a chair. Just put a chair right out in front of you, stand directly behind it, shoulders relaxed, and you do the Pasadena puff breathing, just like we've been doing. But this time, when you do the abdominal lift, you're going to extend the leg out behind you like this. You're going to have the toe pointed to the floor. The opposite leg is going to have that nice bent knee, that nice soft relaxed knee. You're not going to lock that out. This is, to me, an example of how versatile Breathasize is. You can get the same benefits because Carol's working the exact same areas, the buttocks and the back of the leg, but she's doing it with this variation using a chair. You can do the same thing. Okay? Let's keep going. Okay. And inhale. Hold for a second and exhale. Get rid of all the air that you can. Create that vacuum and abdominal lift. Stomach comes up and in. Leg is up. Try to keep your hips straight. Good. And exhale. Inhale through the nose. The Pasadena puff breathing, so push that stomach out. Hold a second and exhale. Abdominal lift. Leg comes up. Keep the foot flexed. If you're using the variation, keep the toe pointed toward the floor. Last one. Let's make it strong and exhale. Inhale through the nose. Diaphragmatic breathing all the way. Hold a second and exhale. Abdominal lift. Leg comes up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release. Relax. Doesn't that feel terrific? Your body is just flooded with oxygen and all the toxins are out. You did a great job. This next exercise is called the inner thigh stretch, and it's terrific for tightening and elongating those inner thigh muscles. So let's get down on our hands and knees. Your feet are in a V in the back, toes together, heels out. We're going to do the same Pasadena puff breathing, but this time when we get to the abdominal lift, we're going to extend the stretch on the floor and push our knees out a little bit further. Okay? So let's begin with an exhale. Inhale through the nose. Still pushing the abdomen out. Hold for a second and exhale. Here comes that abdominal lift. Extend your stretch and hold. Release with a gasping inhale. And you can bring your knees back in and let's do it again. Exhale. Inhale through the nose. Keep working with that diaphragmatic breathing. Hold the breath a second and abdominal lift. Extend the stretch. You should be feeling it right here. And you're holding. Release. Knees back in. Number 3. Exhale. Strong inhale. Hold and exhale. Roll the stomach out. Press the knees out. And release. Here we go again. Exhale. Inhale through the nose. Work that abdomen. Push it out. Hold and exhale. Abdominal lift. Knees go out and you're holding. And release. Bring the knees in. This is number 5. Exhale. And inhale through the nose. Keep working with that diaphragmatic breathing. It's the Pasadena puff breath. Hold for a second and exhale. Push all the air out that you can. Create that vacuum. Abdominal lift. Extend the stretch. Good, you're doing great. Keep going. I just want to show you another variation. This is good if you can't get down on your hands and knees or if you find this stretch a little challenging. Do what Patricia's doing. You get a chair, sit up straight, sit on the edge of the chair. Then she has her toes pointed out. Her hands here touching her inner thighs. Now what Patricia's doing is same Pasadena puff breathing, but when she gets to the abdominal lift, she's gently pushing her thighs out to extend the stretch. Now you can do that, use a gentle push, or if you don't want to extend the stretch and this is enough for you right now, then just continue to hold it. Keep working with the Pasadena puff breathing. You know, this is even good if you want to do this exercise in the office or someplace where you find yourself sitting. So a terrific variation. Okay, we're on number 8. Here we go. And exhale. Inhale through the nose. Push that abdomen out. You got gravity working with you here. Hold and abdominal lift. Extend the stretch. Hold it. And release. Knees closer together and exhale. Inhale through the nose. It's the Pasadena puff breathing. Hold and exhale. Roll the stomach up and under. Extend the stretch. If you're using the variation, push out gently. Release. Last one. Let's make it strong and exhale. Inhale. Diaphragmatic breathing. Hold and exhale. Get rid of all the air that you can. Create that vacuum. Abdominal lift. Extend the stretch. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release. Good job. You know, if you can't do this stretch right away, don't force it. Find a position on the mat that's comfortable for you. Put your knees wherever it's comfortable, or use the variation that I showed you. Because don't worry, the more that you do it, the easier it'll become. This next exercise is a stomach tuck. It works the lower abdomen, it lifts the stomach and pulls it back flat. So everybody down on the floor. And remember, this time, during the abdominal lift, you're going to lift your legs off the floor and make a scissors motion. So let's begin with an exhale, an inhale through the nose, hold for a second and exhale. Now abdominal lift, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, release. Very good, let's go. Again, exhale, and inhale. Push that stomach out, hold for a second, and exhale. Abdominal lift, scissor motion, and release. Exhale, inhale, hold for a second, and nice full exhale. Abdominal lift. The lower you can keep your feet to the floor, the harder you're working the abdomen. And release. Exhale. And inhale. Hold a second and exhale. Abdominal lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release and inhale. Push that stomach up, diaphragmatic breathing. Hold a second and abdominal lift. Feet come up, scissor motion. Good. Release. Okay, keep going. Keep working. There's something else I want to show you. Are you ready to do 5 on the right leg? Good. Doris is doing a variation, and let me point out the differences to you. First of all, her hands are not under her buttocks, rather they're down flat at her side. One of her legs is bent, foot flat on the floor, and the other's extended. And look what's happening here. She does her abdominal lift. She's lifting her leg. She's not doing a scissor motion. So this is something you can do if you find the scissor motion of the stomach tuck a little challenging for where you are right now. It's not a problem. You can do this. You get the same benefits, works the lower abdomen, it lifts it, it pulls it back flat, and that's what we're looking for on this exercise. You're finishing up your scissor or your leg lift if you're doing the variation. This is number 8, and exhale. Inhale through the nose. Stomach up. Hold and exhale. Abdominal lift, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release. Exhale. Inhale. Hold and strong exhale. Abdominal lift. This is number 9. I know you're getting tired, but stay strong. Last one. Concentrate and exhale. Inhale. Hold a second and exhale. Get rid of all the air. Really create a vacuum this time. Abdominal lift. You're scissoring or you're lifting a leg if you're doing the variation. And relax. Relax. You did a great job. And that's it. we're done. That's all there is to it. It's that simple and it's that easy. And anytime you want to review the 3 exercises we just did, pop the tape in the VCR. They're right there for you. Now do remember that tomorrow you want to do the arm squeeze, the waist trimmer, and the handlebar eliminator. You know, that's all it takes, 20 minutes a day, and you're going to increase energy, you're going to burn fat, and you're going to lose inches.